We're on.
What up, man?
What up? Welcome to International Week, man.
Oh, yes, International Week. I actually was going to wear my Socceroos jersey, but it's too fucking cold in
Yeah.
here.
And are we playing?
We are playing. Yeah, we got for some friendlies. Yeah.
Friendly standpoint. You know what the funny thing is going to be is that they won't use any of our good players. They always do this.
Dude, they only have one set of players. They either have like the international players or A-League players.
Yeah, they go, oh, we'd like them. They all play the similar type of football. Yeah, it's crap. Get the guys from overseas that play good football.
Actually, you know who scored on the weekend? Harry Suter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he plays for Rangers.
Oh, yeah, that's a good move for him.
Yeah, they no wait, sorry, he thought he scored. He actually nearly got knocked out as well. It was a boring game, but Harry Suter thought he scored. But yeah, he's moved to Rangers now.
I like how he went from scoring.
No, because he did score. I remember that, and then I'm like, oh wait, that was overturned.
Yeah.
But yeah, Harry Suter, good guy,
Yeah.
big head, but good guy.
I mean, and following from last week, we had the EFL Cup.
Yes, so
And,
EFL Cup, and look, let's be fair, results were whatever, but there was one game.
Yeah.
There's one game that everybody's talking about.
And we did comment on it last week. They're like, well, there's only one big team in it, Manchester United.
And now they're out.
Well, they got themselves knocked out from Grimsby Town.
Yes, so finished 2-2 after Grimsby Town went up 2-0,
Well,
which was...
and there's controversy because the second goal they got was a handball.
Who,
But there's no-
Grimsby's?
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
But it like falls into like the guy's into his arm.
Yeah.
And then they just kick it in the net. And everyone was complaining like, well, if there was VAR, I'm like, dude, you shouldn't be going down 2-0 to Grimsby Town.
I like how they're relying on VAR to save him against Grimsby Town.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. And then insult to injury. So after being knocked out,
12-13 on penalties, which was crazy.
dude, I give it to Grimsby Town. Their penalties were sick.
Their penalties were sick, but Onana definitely should have saved at least more than one. So he got his hand.
Yeah, he got his hand to 4 or 5 of them.
5 of them
Yeah.
and missed 4 of them. So he still let 4 of them in. Like at that point, you just go, bro, have you got pillows for hands? Can you not put a strong palm behind one of these damn balls?
No, he can't.
No, he can't.
And this is the reason when we get into transfers, they got a new keeper who may be more comical.
Yes, it could possibly be. But so I just want to get back into Onana. He did ask for a pay rise.
I saw that. That's some balls, dude.
Yeah, he asked for a pay rise after. It's like, imagine you're working at your job, right? No one likes you. You suck at your job, and you're making the company worse. And you go up to your boss and go, can I have more money? No.
Yeah.
No,
And
you can't have more
Extend
money.
my contract. Give me more money. But also, are you bringing in a new keeper? Because I don't really want to verse Grimsby Town again.
Oh,
It's
hilarious.
insanity. It's, you know what? He's just completely inept and not understanding of his position in the team.
No,
Yeah.
he's
He
got
mustn't have social media. He can't.
Probably.
He can't have social media.
probably. I don't know. I don't know with that guy anymore. Honestly, I'm even surprised he's still keeping.
Well, even the other keeper they got is kind of shit too.
The new kid they got.
Yeah. He's kind of shit too. I mean, look, give him some slack. He's
only 24, but I've seen some comical errors he made. Yeah,
and I don't know.
which I'm sure we will
this-
see down the track.
I think at this stage you got to blame Man United and not their players.
It's always Man United's fault.
yeah. But the controversy with the games now come in. So Grimsby Town fielded an ineligible player. So
Technically,
yeah, technically they registered him 1 minute late
yes.
into the team.
So that just so everyone knows, they have to register their players at 12 o'clock the day before.
Yeah.
Right. They registered this guy at 12:01. Now, like, why are we making such a big deal about this? Right.
Yeah. I mean, look, all right.
If you want to get on technicalities, sure, but come on.
yeah,
It's 1 minute.
Well, I think the issue is that so they've been issued a £20,000 fine for registering late. And
Worth
like,
it. Worth
Okay, they broke the rules. Give them the fine.
Sure.
However,
yeah.
now everyone's blowing up. Man U fans too, which is crazy. You just want to move on from the embarrassment. They're blowing up and going, well, Barnsley was kicked out of the FA Cup for the same action in 2023. We want them kicked out of the cup and us reinstated. Dude, you lost in the first round of the EFL Cup. Just accept it.
Yeah.
Go, "Ew, let's just focus on the league."
Yeah, and it's not like you lost to like a Villa away, right? You lost to a 4th division Grimsby Town. Like,
Yeah, correct.
and I think I said this last week. The only thing that Grimsby is famous for is the movie where they destroy Grimsby. How much of a shithole it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, any Man U fans are like, oh, you know, like you said, like the Barnsley one, follow the Barnsley rules. Just give up, right? You're just looking desperate now.
Yeah. Yeah. So United have 5 days to appeal the decision. Okay. I really hope that they do appeal it because it gives us something to make fun of them about.
Yeah, because it's international break. We need to talk about something.
The worst thing is that there is obviously evidence for fines being given. So Liverpool got fined for again registering a player late, one of our juniors.
Yep.
And we went in there and we got fined the same amount of money in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So just cop the fine, move on, Man United. Stop talking about it. This, to be fair, I see this decision sucking the most for that guy that's not cutting his hair.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because he needs to win 5 games in a row.
That's never happening.
It's
It's never happening.
He's accepted that he will turn into Cousin It. I think he's becoming Cousin It. His hair's going to engulf the rest of his body. That's all I can see.
Nah, look, that would be funny if he just let it keep growing.
Yeah.
But he has said that once he gets to a certain length, he is cutting it for charity, which is nice. But it'd be funny to see him just mopping it up.
Yeah, I want full Cousin It. If he cuts it, I'm boycotting this guy. To be fair, he did reply to one of my comments once.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I wrote it and I'm like, you should start growing your facial hair too, man. And he goes, that might be the next challenge. I'm like, do it now.
Oh, do it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be mad. That'd be funny.
Well, I
He
have
looks like
seen
a
new
full-
people
like a full
popping up
hobo.
and doing it now. And one guy's like, not cutting my pubic hair until Man
Ew.
United win 3 games in a row. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that one.
I'm all right with that one. Let's just keep that one out.
I did see a gross challenge where these Aussie guys, their challenge is to eat something smelly in a locked car. Have you seen that one?
No.
Bro, these guys eat these like sardines and the most disgusting water ever. Their car's all burnt in. I don't know how the fuck they burnt their car, but it's all burnt. And there's 2 guys in the back that make the suggestion, and the 2 guys that have to eat the whole can of sardines,
Yeah.
and there's just throw up everywhere.
Oh,
Disgusting.
that's
Yeah.
gross, dude.
I'll send it to you later.
Yeah, please don't. Or we could end up having the challenge, like the fantasy league challenge, where you have to donate sperm at a sperm bank.
That one was
And-
crazy, bro. That is so devious.
that when they turn 18, the child can contact you.
Yeah, bro, bro. That's next level. Like,
That's so wild.
Daddy, I finally get to meet you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're only here because I lost the fantasy football league.
If I was better at fantasy, you wouldn't exist. But why don't we jump into the obviously transfer deadline day has happened,
Transfer deadline
and it was a
Monday.
pretty crazy deadline day, to be honest.
This was, I think, one of the most expensive windows in general, like in
The
history.
The EPL was 3.4 billion in transfers this window.
Yeah.
It's more than all the other leagues combined.
Yeah. Well,
So-
Barcelona didn't really make. I think they only
Real
made one
Madrid were in the
signing.
market heavy, but they never pay much, right? So
Nah,
there's like 30, 40 million here and there.
Nah, their way of doing things now is they either get them on a free or they pay exorbitant amounts like 60, 70 plus.
Yeah.
So like they got the Hoyson, right? But they also signed that young Argentinian kid who's 18 years old.
Mascherano
Yeah,
or-
for like 40 mil, but that's a lot for an 18-year-old. So they either pay a lot of money or they pay nothing.
Yeah.
Barca signed no, they got Rashford
Yeah. On loan.
on loan.
Because they didn't want to pay all of his salary.
Dude, no fucking way. Fuck that shit.
But
deadline day was crazy.
Well, it ended.
Fabrizio was going off.
It ended quite a lot of sagas that were
Yes.
happening, right? So the Ishak saga ended with Ishak moving.
Yep.
And then
130 mil.
130 mil, new record.
Yep.
I'm happy.
Broke your old record.
Yeah, dude, fuck it. I'm happy with it, dude. Fuck that. Splash that cash, baby. Cash money makes money.
Look at it. Remember when you used to talk shit about Chelsea making too many signings?
I'm still going to talk shit about Chelsea. You made 50 signings in like 4 years.
The irony is
That's not ironic.
all right, whatever it is.
It's not ironic.
I'll think of it.
We bought key players in key positions. You just buy players.
What's not a key position though?
Huh?
What's not a key position? Like you signed players in. You signed a left back and a right back.
Okay, I can give you what the opposite of it is.
What?
Arsenal.
Okay.
You know, it's like, we need a striker for 4 years. They wait 4 years and they sign Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked great against us.
Yeah.
He
They
looked-
look good against Leeds.
Leeds. Yeah. with his penalty and his fucking one goal from open play, which, to be fair, you saw when we get into the Liverpool game, I'll break down how good Gyökeres was on the fucking field. But then on the flip side of it, Mark Gahey,
yes,
he's the biggest loser of this transfer window, I think. And I think it also gives to the argument that Ishak did the wrong thing by Newcastle by not playing and honouring his contract. Well, we saw what Mark Gahey did. He honoured his contract.
Mm-hmm.
They went through. It looked like he was going to sign. The Glacier, the coach for Palace, went there and said, "I'm going to walk away if you sell him." And now they withdrew his contract with an hour left in the window after he went through medical. He'd done a farewell video and essentially was in Liverpool with representatives from Liverpool, and they went, "Yeah, sorry, we're pulling the deal because we can't find anyone." So back you go.
Yeah. They had someone lined up, didn't they?
They did. There was someone from, I believe, the La Liga that was coming in, not familiar with the player at all.
Yeah.
And he didn't pass medical or something like that.
Yeah.
So they withdrew. The medical was too much of a risk, so they withdrew from him. And now Gahey, who was happy with the move, and they were getting £35 million for someone 1 year left on their contract, now has to go back and play with Palace because the manager said he would resign from the club unless he kept Gahey for the season.
Well, it's good to see a manager take a stand, because look, to be fair to him, he lost Gahey without a replacement.
They'd be pretty fucked.
That would fuck Palace hard. You know what I mean? And he knows that. Plus, because they're still in the Europa League, right?
No, they got bumped down to Conference League, didn't they?
I thought Forest was down. No, Palace got bumped. Yeah,
Palace got bumped.
So Palace in the Europe. So they're still in Europe. So you need as many players as you can get, and if you can't find a replacement, then you're pretty much until January.
I understand the rationale from the club, but I think and we'll get into the next two who did the same thing, right? Wissa completed his move to Newcastle after saying, "I'm not going to play for Brentford," right? Did the exact same thing. Didn't get as much media as Ishak did with Newcastle.
There's a big difference between Wissa and Ishak.
Well, the money seems to be the big difference because Wissa wasn't going for huge money to Newcastle, but said, "I'm not going to play. I want to go."
How much did he go for?
Oh, you'd have to look it up.
I'll have a look.
Look it up. But he's done pretty much the same thing so that Newcastle can get their signing of Wissa out of Brentford. Brentford's kind of fucked. They don't have strikers now.
Yeah, Brentford, we'll get into their game over the weekend, but yeah, they didn't make many signings, which isn't a good sign going forward. They're either going to have to rely on other teams to suck harder or hold out until January.
And we know how successful January's been, but Wissa stamped his feet.
55 million.
I suppose that's a decent price.
Completed it with 30 seconds left in the window.
Yeah. So
literally deadline.
Stamped his feet and complained until he got what he wanted.
Yep.
Then we go on to Nicholas Jackson, right? He had his move to Bayern from Chelsea.
Can I just throw in there? Great piece of business by Chelsea. I don't know how we pulled this off.
Oh, well, the reason that you pulled it off is because you tried to withdraw from it at the last second. And Nicholas Jackson's agent turned around and said, "The plane doesn't go backwards."
Yeah, the plane doesn't go back to London.
And he refused to fly back to London.
I'm glad he did, because this is what was happening after. So Delap gets injured in the Fulham game. So that means we only got one striker now. Then I was hearing that we bought Mark Gahey back.
Yeah.
Mark Gahey back. And I'm like, oh, good. I like him. He's a good backup striker. I think he'll develop well where we are. Sweet. You know what I mean? But then I kept hearing that Jackson was coming back too. So I'm like, so what, you're going to have 3 strikers with an injured one, and he comes back in November, and you're going to have 4 strikers on your books? Didn't make any sense to me. At least we got Mark E back. He'll be with us until January. I'm working phone out after that. But I'm glad we got this Jackson one through. We bought him for 30 mil, and we're going to sell him. So we get a $16 million. This is in euros, by the way. $16 million for the loan, and they pay his full wage. And then we get 80 mil obligation. Obligatory. That's how you say it. Yeah. 80 mil. We'll get 80 mil for Nicholas Jackson. That's a pretty good fucking deal.
Paying overs for Nicholas Jackson, because didn't they pay a similar price for goddamn Luis Diaz?
They paid 64, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So But like I was reading up on,
It's just that Nicholas Jackson has a longer contract.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
and he's younger, like much younger. So and I was looking at like who Bayern had signed and lost, and they lost a lot of players. They lost Sane, they lost Coman, they lost Muller. And look, they did bring in Diaz and Jonathan Tah, but they were. It's a very light squad.
Yeah.
So they've had to pay overs for Jackson. I'm like, great, excellent. You can take him for 80 mil.
Well, I think good business to be done with the whole Jackson move, but I think it just proved that if a player really wants to move, they have to push their way out these days.
Oh, I think the players have a lot more power than they used to back in the day.
Well,
that's why I give a lot of respect to Mark Gay.
He,
I know he wanted the move, but he stuck it out. Like they've said, look, you can't go.
I think he's now regretting that though.
Why?
Well, because now he's stuck at Palace for another year.
Yeah, but what if they play well? What if he gets the?
What if they don't? What if he gets injured during this season because they've got to play him every minute, and now even though he's free, doesn't get to move to the club he wants.
I guess that's kind of the risk you take when you go on.
But that's not the risk he wanted to take.
Yeah, I know what he wanted, but
that's the club. The club has made that risk on his behalf.
Unfortunately, he's stuck in that position.
I think
now,
that's why you see ex-players saying this thing like, if the player wants to go, they've really got to force their way to do it. Otherwise, these clubs, especially when they're a mid-table club, when they have a decent player that wants to go on to a bigger club to start winning trophies. Like he won the trophy with Palace. Mm-hmm. What more does Palace want out of him? Like, what is the hope to go? Like, if you're going to kick on with Gahey, would you not approach him and go, we're going to invest money in this club. We want you to stay. Here is all these players we're bringing in. Incorrect. You just went and sold your, arguably your best or second best player, being Eze, to Arsenal. And then now you go, well, we don't need cash. So we can probably just keep you around and let you go for free next year.
Which is,
he's already confirmed publicly he's not going to accept another contract at Crystal Palace.
Yep.
So he's going to play out and go for free.
Yep.
So for the club, it seems like bad business because now you're letting a player that you could have got 35 million for go for free. Mm-hmm. Seems like you weren't prepared to let him go in the market and you focused on the Eze transfer instead of focusing on the Gahey. He's done the right thing and sat there quietly. And I think it's one of those situations where he's not making a lot of noise. I think we can just get away with this. And I think that's the wrong thing, right? The Ishak one, I can understand the fans being really upset by it, but I think that there's a to and a fro with this. That the club does the wrong thing by not engaging with another club to try and find backup for him, and I feel like they were weak in negotiations to get another player in, which only just annoys that player going, "Oh, I want to go. I know you want to keep me, but I have the opportunity to go." And it's not as if Liverpool are underbidding for you. You know what I mean? It's I could understand the frustration.
I think from their perspective, it does feel like an underbid because they wanted 150.
I mean, okay, I want the biggest fee in the world almost, right? It'd be the third highest, I think, or the fourth highest at 150.
At 150 pounds would be third. I think it would beat Coutinho's.
Yeah, well, Coutinho's 136 euros, I think.
Yeah, not pounds.
And then you have Neymar's probably
one and Mbappe's
two
in the same window,
and Ronaldo was less.
Bro, Ronaldo cost the same as this Walter made.
Yeah.
bro. So you're telling, like, bro, I saw this stat. It was like 15 years ago. You get Ronaldo for 90 mil.
Yeah, and now you get Walter made.
Newcastle get Walter made.
Yeah.
Who's some bum from fucking Germany that I've never heard of.
Who went for free?
Never, bro. Where did he come from? Was it Werder Bremen or?
Oh, you'd have to go look it up. I've known nothing about this guy.
This guy,
but he's a 6'6" striker that scored double-digit goals last year.
They're gonna have to fucking put in a lot of swinging crosses for this guy.
Yeah, maybe he'll be good. Him and Dan Burn in the box will be dangerous.
Stuttgart, and from Stuttgart.
So
yeah, so you get Waldemade or Ronaldo.
Yeah. Choices.
Yeah, I know.
Inflation's a bitch, man.
Fuck bad.
So look, I don't know. Look, I think you're on the perspective of the players should play their contract out, and I think if you're at a club like Newcastle, Palace, and you've contributed the way that they contributed by winning them the trophy, and now your gift for leading that team to that effort is that one of the big clubs, especially Champions League football, comes for you when you're in the prime of 25 years old. The club should make every effort to be able to get the maximum amount of money from you and make the transfer happen.
My perspective is I like the way the Mark Gehi did it, right? Now, if he went to you guys, I'm like, mad. But he played up until the last round, captained them, scored for them, which we'll get into, right? Whereas I would prefer someone did that where they go, look, I know I'm still under this club. I'm going to put in my all for this club until I go. Once I go, I'm going to put in for my next club. Whereas Ishak just kind of sat down and went, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing anymore. I just put his hands up, threw his toys away, and he's gone, nah, I'm not playing anymore. Right? That I didn't agree with. Whereas but these other guys, they played up until they get transferred.
Wissa didn't.
Wissa, again, I don't agree with the Wissa one. Now look, Wissa, I think,
which is funny that Newcastle fans are complaining about Liverpool when they're doing the exact same thing with Wissa.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Everybody wants everything to go their way, right? They would have loved to have Ishak plus Wissa come in. That would have been nice for them. Fortunately, it didn't work that way. So when they see what you guys did with Ishak, they're going to throw their hands in the air.
I love it that we never did anything with Ishak. Ishak chose to do it. He just wanted to do it. We said, here's a record bid. And then they went, no. And then we're like, we'll put in another bid if you're prepared to let him go. And then Ishak went, I want to go, dude. I'm not going to play for you guys. Fuck you. And they had plenty of time to go for other strikers, right? If they're going to complain about the strikers they ended up getting, they had plenty of time to structure deals with people, and people wouldn't come. You left it too late. I think if they went to approach other strikers, like, okay, if they really said, I want Gyökeres, I want Šeško, I've put in bids that make sense and that are higher than the other teams, and then those players said no, I'd be like, okay. But they put in weak bids that I don't think they really wanted to win.
No, it was a front. It was a front to be like, we are looking, but they're not really looking.
That's what I mean. And I feel like that's the issue with the club, right? Because they can hold these players to ransom, essentially, right? And it used to be the other way, right? You saw the Man U players, the club's like, oh, we want to get rid of you. And fuck that, I'm staying.
Well, yeah, there was the bomb squad. Yeah. Now, they did get rid of a lot of their bomb squad. They did, which we'll get into.
But they could just pay the players out. Arsenal did.
Yeah.
Arsenal did. They just choose not to because it costs them a lot of money.
Exactly. It does cost you a lot of money. But, I mean, Arsenal are no strangers to spending a lot of money.
With that Ishak move, he forfeited $5 million in bonuses. So, you know, there's losses on both sides. I just seem to think if a player really wants to move, especially when they're at a club like that, they've got to push for it. And I think Palace did him dirty by selling Eze to Arsenal, right? Make Eze stay. Why are you selling Eze? Because you can get more money from him.
Because they got heaps more money.
Yeah, and then went, even though Eze had more time on his contract, he could have stayed another year. They could have got money for him next year. Do you think Eze's value is going to drop all that much? Maybe he loses 20 million, but get money for Mark Gehi today. Now you lose 35 million next year on Gehi. He won't go. We even increased the bid by 5 million to get him.
But if they go deep into the Conference League, that could cover Mark Gehi, and there won't be as they just got to see how they go with how the season goes. Yeah, it could work out well if they keep Gehi to the end and they win the Conference League. That's like 20-30 mil there. That covers your Mark Gehi bid, which you guys would have paid. So just depends on how they go with their season. But look, they got a good team still. They're going to be tough. They're going to be
performed well in the first 3 games.
Yeah, they're going to be tough again.
It's them, you guys, and us that are the only 3 that are undefeated. Haven't lost. In the first 3.
Sorry, haven't lost. Yeah.
But look, I mean, let's move on from the hot topic of players trying to get out of their clubs, and let's go Tottenham. I think Tottenham are up there with the top transfers. I think in this window.
Look, I give them a solid. We'll do rankings or gradings.
I'd say they get a B plus.
I'd give them a B plus.
At least a B plus. Their team was already pretty solid. Now they've added in Xavi Simons at their 10, which I think he's going to be pretty fantastic in the Premier League once he adapts to the speed.
Yep.
You've got Colin Muani, who's been added up front as a loan move.
Yes, because he was meant to go to Juve, but Juve and PSG couldn't work out a deal because PSG wanted too much money, and Italian clubs don't have that same sort of money. Yeah. So Juve went with the Red Bull striker, cheaper, which left Muani in limbo pretty much. Tottenham came across, look, we'll take him on loan. So it's a good move.
I think he should be he's a deadly finisher.
He's a very, very good player.
Very deadly finisher.
Very good player, yeah. He killed it for Juve in the
it's whether
6
or not
months
he
was
can
there.
convert to the speed of the Premier League.
Yeah, Yeah.
That's the only risk that I see with them.
Yep.
And then obviously one we've already spoken about, but Kudus added at the wide position.
Yep.
We've already seen this season that he can convert and get those crosses in. I think he'll get at least 10 goals in the season.
Yeah.
And I think you could probably get 10 and 10.
Well, he's already got 2 assists.
Two
Just
assists.
Needs to pick up his goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like what? One goal every 3 games. It's doable, right? And then 1 assist every 3
You're
games.
talking about just the league or in total? Because he's going to be playing Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup.
Oh, look, I'm pretty confident in the league that he could get that. What he can do
That's
in
a
the
good
other
return if
tournaments.
you get that.
Fucking oath it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's going to get a starting position there, right? And
Yeah.
he's going to have players at the other end of it that can actually finish now. I think Xavi Simons will be able to supply him a lot of.
Him in the midfield's going to be mad.
Yeah,
He's going to be mad.
dude, I think he's a bit. He was one of those ones where I would have taken him at Liverpool when we were discussing players.
Well, we were in for him, but it just never worked out. I think we felt like Red Bull wanted too much money. Plus, we couldn't get rid of Nkunku in time. So it never really worked out. We only got rid of Nkunku after the Xavi Simons deal was done.
Well, because it's interesting, they were in for obviously Eze. Then he left at the final.
Then
hour
he
and went to
got
Arsenal,
yeah.
which made all the Arsenal fans very happy.
Oh, dude, they busted a bunch of nuts on that one.
Yeah. But no, I think Tottenham's going to be deadly. They've got a few additions that can go into your fantasy league as well.
Yep.
Now onto Man City. I think they've probably done the best signing of the deadline day. Obviously, other than my opinion of Ishak.
Yep.
Because the saga was so long. But they've signed Donnarumma from PSG.
Yeah. Look,
They've
this
got-
one I get it. I get it because he's a great keeper, right? Great shot stopper. But the reason why, so I found out like on top of the contract that he wanted at PSG, another reason why Enrique was happy for him to leave was because he wanted a more ball playing goalkeeper. Right, so they got that kid in PSG, and they were happy for Donnarumma to leave. So it's going to be interesting to see how Donnarumma does at City, considering they play the same style.
They
PSG.
need him to pass out of the back.
Correct, yeah. And look, he's not the best passer out of the back. Great shot stopper, but passing wise, not the best. So it's going to be interesting to see how he actually goes.
I don't see him doing a lot of long balls out of the back to you that much.
No. If you're at City, no.
Yeah.
No.
And then on the flip side, City have let go of 2 players. So they got rid of Gundogan. He's gone across to Galatasaray. I think it's a good move for him. Yeah.
Well, look, he's Turkish. He's German, but he's Turkish,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. So he's pretty much gone back to his homeland.
You just
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I like it. I think it's a good move. I think he'll do well at Galatasaray.
I mean-
a lot of players like to go to Turkey. It's a good league
well,
to play
it's
in.
still decent money. They've got
Yeah.
a good following. Dude, Harry killed it over there.
He did kill it over there, actually. I forgot about that.
He was like a god over there when he went. They had
He was
posters
good.
in like the city and everything. And then you had Akanji, who's left and gone to Inter Milan. I think it's a good move for him. I think Akanji, he never really lit the Premier League on fire.
Nah, he was, and that's only on loan as well. It's not a permanent deal.
Yeah.
So it's only out on loan. So it's a good move for Inter because I think he's a solid player. But you're right, he was never. But to be fair, he was always behind someone, whether it was John Stones or Ruben Diaz or whoever.
Yeah.
He was always stuck behind someone in centre back. So he never got that consistent run of, oh, fuck, this guy's a mad player. We need to start him every
he
week.
didn't have the. I think he's always the number 2, right?
Always.
So you could not put him on as the lead centre back. He had to be the number 2 centre back, listening to the directions that he was given.
Yeah.
I think if he had to make decisions, he always made the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's someone who's a fucking human calculator, dude. Yeah, he can think, he can do numbers, but he can't think about strategy on the pitch. So I mean, again, Man City have done pretty good business this year.
Yeah, look.
How it translates with obviously the likes of Cherky, Rendiers, Donnarumma into the team. Well, Mamouche, who's been there for a little bit, but
Well, and then plus they've got, like, they spent 200 mil in January. And
Yeah.
to be fair, out of those players, who's really
well,
performed?
there's that Nico Gonzalez there. He's no good.
He hasn't done much. They had that Kazakhstani centre back
He's okay. I think he will come good
in time.
but he's
he
quite
was,
young.
yeah.
But again, I don't know. Man City don't look like the Man City they used to be.
No, Man City is not what it used to be.
No.
Like when they would bring in these gun players, like when they brought in
Well,
like fucking.
how do you replace KDB? You don't.
Yeah, you can't.
You
Not
don't.
KDB.
Like it's like if you replace KDB, you're the luckiest person ever.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Then you had Aston Villa. Now they've had a fucking shocking start to the season.
Well, yeah, Aston Villa, we've played 3 games. Aston Villa are currently coming 19th, and they've scored 0 goals.
Yeah, I think that's a huge problem because their team hasn't really changed all that much.
Well, no, it hasn't. They made all their transfers pretty much on deadline day.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing. I mean, I think they bought Jacob Murphy from Newcastle.
Yeah, but that's not that should help the team. But
Was it Jacob Murphy? They bought in?
didn't they buy
They bought someone else in.
Morgan
Oh, what's his fucking name?
Rogers?
No, Rogers is still at Villa. Villa sold. No, Morgan Rogers is Villa.
Yeah,
Yeah, they bought it. I'll have a look. But
because they've now on deadline day they've taken a loan and brought in Jadon Sancho. It's like they got rid of goddamn Rashford and they go, we'll bring in Sancho.
yeah, we'll bring in another Man U reject.
Yeah. Just makes no sense. And then, to be fair, I think they've got a deal on this other one. They bought Harvey Elliott for 30 million.
Look,
I think that's a deal, dude.
that is going to be a good deal, I think.
However, we've got a buyback clause.
Oh, do ya?
We've got a buyback clause.
How much?
I'd have
I'll
to
be
look in
guessing 50
detail.
or something.
I think it is slightly more than the 30, but it's
Yeah.
not atrocious
Yeah.
on that. So we can bring back Harvey Elliott if we want to. But I think Harvey Elliott wanted game time, and he had that discussion with the club. He wanted game time, which makes sense. He's not going to really get game time with the amount of midfielders we've got now.
Well, he was barely getting game time.
Oh, he was
I
injured a
know,
lot.
I know that you're always hyped on him, always saying that he was like, you always had good, like a lot of good things to say about him. I thought Curtis Jones was better. I never really thought Harvey Elliott was at that level, but I think him going to a lesser club. I'm not saying that lightly. Like Aston Villa aren't too far apart, but it is a drop down from Liverpool.
But that's why he'll start.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll start.
He'll get more game time now, and then we'll be able to see what he's actually capable of. Another player that they did actually get in was Victor Lindelof. He went there on a free.
Ugh.
As a free, yeah.
Jeez, the guy who wears dresses.
Yes. That's great. Him and Sancho can they're back together again.
Dude, Lindelof's so cringe.
But look, he's good cover for their deep. That's all.
He's a good cover. He's like a walking beard, dude. There's something wrong with the guy. He's wearing a goddamn dress.
Dude, he played for Man U for 12 years and won nothing. Of course, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it sucks. Well, speaking of Man U.
Oh, what a great segue.
Yeah, great segue, dude. I think you've done this before.
I didn't plan that or anything, I swear.
Man U's made a signing, so they brought in another keeper. We're making comments before. I don't know much about this guy, Sen Lemans.
Yes.
Lemens.
Lemens from Royal Antwerp in Belgium.
All I know about him is, so he's a Belgian keeper. I think he might be the third keeper for Belgium. And all I know is that I've been getting sent videos of his clown moves in the goal where he just does what Onana does and just comes out for the ball, misses it, fumbles it into the goal.
Gets done at his near post. Yeah.
It's just, I remember saying it the first time Onana played, he got done at his near post. I looked over Nick Housius.
Yeah.
I looked over at him and I'm like, dude, that guy sucks. And he's like, he goes, no, he's going to be good. He was good at Inter. I'm like, I think he just had a really good backline in front of him.
He was pretty good at Inter. And you're right. He did have an amazing backline in front of him.
That's what I mean. Like, so you knew where the shots were coming from because they put him in positions that made it hard shots. Unfortunately, that backline at Man U gives away easy shots. Yeah. And you need to perform. You look at Alisson. If we give away an easy shot there, Alisson comes out and smothers it. Like, that's why he's one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
You don't get that with Onana. I don't know how these Belgian keepers are going to go, but I really hope he does some dumb shit because it's just such easy ammo, man. It's great.
Know what we're gonna do is if he does, we're gonna do the Spider-Man meme. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna Spider-Man meme him.
Yeah. But look, some positives, and this is more from a player point of view than not the Man U club because they never have positives. Is Rasmus Højlund? He's gone to Napoli. Yes. And I've just put next to it in there in brackets, freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that this kid will be a half decent striker once he's under a team where he doesn't have all the pressure on him.
Yeah, and Napoli is a great move. So he came from Atalanta, so he's gone back to Italy. Mm-hmm. So that's a good move for him, where he killed it. But he's going to be playing under Antonio Conte. Great, because he's a great manager.
With KDB.
With KDB behind you. And then, beautiful. And then in November, when Lukaku comes back, imagine you got Lukaku and a firing Højlund together. That could be mad for Napoli.
Dangerous. Yeah. It's a dangerous combination. And then the other one, which is funny, I thought I'd never be happy for the guy, but Anthony secured his transfer to Betis.
He looked so happy at Betis last year.
Did you see them in the streets when he was there surrounding him?
Yeah.
And he had security guards walking through it. Everyone's there like, you're a god.
He was like
he must be so happy, dude.
Yeah, he looked really happy. Actually, when he was doing his presentation, he was crying. So you can tell he's happy to be back at Betis. You can tell the Betis fans are happy for him to be there.
Yeah.
And now I'm really interested to see how he goes with a full season at Real Betis.
Yeah.
Because if he plays the way that he played in the second half of the season last year into this year, then, bro, it's going to be mad. And then all the Man U fans are going to be losing it. There's another Man U player that they let go who went and killed it.
Well, look, I'm more happy that he did have such a bad time at Man U. And I do like to see players play happy. They tend to play better. So,
yeah.
I mean, good luck to him because he had some funny memes. We sorely missed.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, look, just on Man U, they only signed 4 players this year.
Well, Cunha, I think, is a good signing for them.
Injured.
That does suck. Mbembo, I think, is half decent signing.
Mbembo is a good signing. Sesko, I have a lot of doubts on.
I think Sesko's terrible.
Did you see his scissor kick? Bro, he looked like a giraffe trying to jump up for food.
Dude, I think, him taking the 10th penalty in
that showed a lot,
AFL
right?
Cup is crazy.
That showed a lot
because that's not anything like he hasn't been with the team long. It's a penalty. It has nothing to do with the team. He should be stepping up, and he should be hungry enough to take the first or the third.
Yeah,
that's
bro. You got to be in the top 5.
Yeah, of course you have to be in the top 5.
You know what I mean?
Fucking, I can understand the 5th. You want to put Bruno in the 5th. All right, cool. But man, 1 or 3 or 2, like in the first few.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Pressure, but not a lot of pressure. But anyway,
fuck yeah.
Let's see how Man U go this year. I'm expecting a lot more.
I got a $100 bet with someone at work that they finish in the top 4. It started off at dude. He's a Man U supporter. He's a Man U supporter.
Damn,
he bet me He bet me $50 after they lost in the AFL Cup. I was standing there with my toast, and I'm just looking at him. I'm like, just eating it. I'm like, I was like, just want to give me the $50 now, or? And he's just like, he goes, I'm still confident. I'm like, how confident? He goes, I'm very confident. I'm like, you want to double that shit? And he's just like, yes. And I'm like, all right, dude.
Mad.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just going to buy donuts for the whole office with this. I don't need your $100.
Just say, thanks, man. This is on behalf of
him. Yeah, I'm putting up a sign.
Shitty team.
I'm putting up a sign. I'm like, don't gamble, kids. Fuck. Then we jump into Arsenal. They've had a pretty big season within the transfer market. They're the highest.
I'd say a very big season. They spend a lot of money.
For their standards, yeah. Like, they're the highest net spend in the league.
Yep.
Now they've bought in this guy, and I don't know much about him. I know that obviously he was in the successful Leverkusen team, but they bought in Piero. I think it's Hincapi or Hincapi.
Hincapi, I think it is, yeah.
So he signed from Leverkusen. I will just
probably
note,
Hincapi.
Outside of this is outside the EPL, but goddamn, Leverkusen got raided, dude.
Oh, bro, they lost like 7 players and their manager.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and then they sacked their second manager.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's on the borderline of being sacked. But to be fair, him and his team have made $28 million.
Who's on the borderline?
Ten Hag. I don't think he's actually been sacked yet, has he?
He actually got sacked.
Did he?
2 games, yeah.
Because I saw they were threatening that after 2 games he was going to get sacked.
No, I think it was
official. He's been sacked again?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That sucks. Poor bloke.
Yeah, my heart bleeds for him.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
But yeah, so they've bought in Piero Hincapi, which is another defender for them. So they've bought in Mosquera as a defender. They've bought in Hincapi as a defender.
Yep.
It seems like a lot of needless defenders that they bought in. They bought in they bought in Zubimendi as a defensive mid.
Yes.
They bought in is it Norgard?
Christian Norgard, yep.
Who's kind of like a box to box center mid.
He could play like a Declan Rice type of role, but they put in a lot of pieces to help them with the season because as we saw last year, they crumbled at the back end of the season, and obviously injuries had a place in that.
When we get into the game for this week, I think some of these defensive things that I'm bringing up will make sense.
Yeah. But look, they did get rid of a lot of players. I just don't know who they sold. Who the fuck did they sell for?
Well, they didn't. They
mil?
released like 4 or 5 players, so they paid them out to leave. Then they loaned out 3 different players. Like they made 10 million in sales.
Yeah, it was in.
So Kiwior got sold.
Kiwior
got sold. Was that the 10 million?
I think I thought his was for 25, but I think it's a loan first. Then they're gonna sell. Yeah.
Okay. But I think the most interesting deadline day out of the top 6 teams was Fulham. So
sorry. Their top sale was Nuno Tavares, who went to Lazio for
I don't even
5
know who
mil.
that guy is, dude.
5 mil.
I don't know who that guy is. I actually don't know who that is. I can't tell you who that is. You could show me a picture of him, and I'll be like, does he play for Arsenal? I don't know.
Wait, he's a footballer?
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. But I think Fulham had the most interesting deadline day, so they bought in.
Yeah,
and
because they did nothing the whole window.
They didn't do anything. They were trying to get Harry Wilson to move to Leeds. That got cancelled on the end of the day, which then had an effect on Tyreek George from Chelsea getting cancelled as well.
Yep,
because Harry Wilson was staying.
We were going to get 22 mil for Tyreek George. Thought it was going to be a good piece of business.
That is not a bad piece of business because he's relatively unknown.
He's pretty good. He does have a lot of upside to him, but 22 mil for a junior who's barely played any Premier League games would have been a good piece of business for us, and would have been good for Fulham too. Sorry,
but then they've had 2 transfers in, so they've brought in. I'm going to pass this name over to you, Samuel Chukwueze from AC Milan.
Yes.
From reports, I've seen a few highlights from him. He looks like a half decent player.
He's pretty good. He wasn't starting all the games for AC Milan last year because there was like right, but he does start. He did start a fair few games, and again, like AC last year, started off really well, but kind of faded at the back end of the season. But he's always been pretty good at AC.
And then the last transfer that they had him was Kevin. I love this guy just because he has one name, Kevin.
McAllister?
No, just Kevin. Just Kevin. No, his name is just Kevin. Kevin from Shakhtar Donetsk.
He's gone down the Prince route.
Yeah. It's like, do they change?
No. He's gone down the McLovin route.
You got one fucking name? Who are you, Seal?
Look, they had one other transfer in. Benjamin Lecomte from Montpellier. Fulham were very quiet in this transfer window.
Yeah, but, I mean, they're only going to play the football that you pay against them with.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
Brentford, they fucking brought in one player.
Brentford got
no attack, and they brought in Reece Nelson on loan.
Bro, Brentford got graped this season, this transfer window. They got graped massively.
They got graped hard.
They got graped.
Yeah,
You said graped.
Yeah, I said graped. I said graped. I said graped.
They got absolutely demolished, right?
Yeah.
So, like, they did bring in a couple players, but no one of any real notice. So they brought in some from Fiorentina, Birmingham, Feyenoord. Jordan Henderson went there. I forgot about that.
Brentford?
Yes.
He's at Brentford?
Yes.
Dude, how did I miss this?
I don't know how you missed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jordan Henderson is at Brentford.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, I know. Because he was at Ajax and they fucking hated him at Ajax.
They really didn't like him.
They hated him hard.
Yeah, he plays a very specific role.
He does.
Yeah.
But they do have that Altara that came in from Bournemouth. He scored in the second week.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. But, I mean, the one that you've got there is Reece Nelson on loan.
Reece Nelson on loan.
Yeah.
The guy whose mum lives in a storage container. Like, damn, dude, that sucks. It's also another piece of business by Arsenal.
Yes.
You know, they can't.
Another player
no one will pay for their players. They've just got to loan them.
Yeah. Like I guarantee if Reece Nelson was at Chelsea, we would have sold him for 20 mil.
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, they're terrible. They do terrible business, dude. Yeah. Then Brighton, they brought in one player on deadline day. So Matt O'Reilly, I know nothing about this guy from Marseille.
Look, they did bring in, again, they brought in about 7, 8, 9.
They're all nobodies.
They're all nobodies, but that's Brighton business.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
Brighton business.
No one knew who Matoma was before he came in.
No.
And turned out to be a fantastic player.
Belieber.
Dude, fuck Belieber, dude.
Whoa.
Dude, no, dude. They're putting 120 million on Belieber? Come on, dude. Shut the fuck up.
That's what they value, man.
Yeah, dude, just fucking suck my dick. What is he scored? What has he scored? Even 10 goals in a season?
It's not about scoring for Belieber. He's like
you got to be a believer, apparently.
Whoa, good one, man. Nah, look, I did with Belieber, and look, João Pedro, Bucarella, all these guys that we've bought off him, they were all nobodies.
Okay. I'm not saying he's shit. What I'm saying is he's not worth 120 million.
To Brighton, he is, and that's the main thing.
No, dude,
your opinion does not matter.
Yes, it does. It does. I have a microphone, and I put this shit out on YouTube. It matters.
I have a microphone and an opinion. Yeah. I'm going to tell you both of them.
Yeah, that's right. Then make it harder to put videos on YouTube. And then they had one player go out, Igor Julio. I, again, don't know much about the guy, but was at Brighton, so he's moved to West Ham. So
they also did lose Buonanotte.
He did, yeah. Did he finalise that?
That happened.
On a loan,
so he's loaned out.
Yeah.
So that's happened. But then that Julio Enciso, he went to Strasbourg, which is Chelsea's feeder club.
Yes.
So
under the Blue Corp.
Yes, the Blue Corp.
Yes.
Yeah, same with Ben Chilwell. That one's funny.
Yeah.
Ben Chilwell went from Chelsea
meme.
to Strasbourg. It's like, so you're still under the same fucking guy.
I love the meme where it's Todd Bowley. It's like, you want to buy
this guy?
Chilwell? He's like, yes. And then look, finally, before we move on to the match day.
Whoa, we haven't done our teams yet. Did you do Liverpool?
I mean, I kind of ran through the ones we haven't already talked about. We can go through in detail if you like.
No, we have to go in detail, but we didn't do any Chelsea ones.
All right. Well, didn't have any deadline day stuff.
Wasn't Garnacho deadline day?
No, he did the day before.
Oh my god, sorry.
I'm sorry, I just read deadline day. There was a requirement. This is like the fine for 20,000,
fine.
1 minute past. But look, all right, before we jump into your Chelsea ones.
Thank you.
Forest added one player, Zinchenko, on loan. Good piece of business, Arsenal.
Yes, Zinchenko. I mean, look, Forest.
I think it's a good move for Forest to bring in Zinchenko.
Yeah. It's good. It's
but
good
it's
cover.
just funny that Arsenal can't sell any of their players. They're just going to loan everyone.
Well, that's why they only got 12 million.
Yeah.
For their total budget, you know what I mean? Like, great.
Good guys.
Yeah, 12 million. Excellent. Just looking at Forest, yeah, look, they didn't really get anyone of value in. Amari Hutchinson moved there. That was a good move. Douglas Luiz from Juve. So they did get a little piece.
Yeah, they got pieces, but it's just... Forest didn't need to add too much, to be fair.
The only reason why I thought they were going to add in more is because they're in Europe.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. But if they think they can do it, and you know what's going to be the most interesting thing for Forest? Coach. Let's see. Mourinho's sacked now. Mourinho's there. So there's Mourinho and Ange out there.
Oh, I'd be interested to see who they get. Hopefully
be good.
We've got some bombers for next week.
Some bomber clots. Look, with Chelsea, look, very happy with our business, right? We ended up making money, even though we spent 300 million in this transfer window.
Well, you had to. You had to catch up for the last 3 windows.
Five windows, yeah. Yeah, we did. But now we're starting to run at a profit, which is good.
So you're at 1.5 billion. Now you've saved 3 million on that.
Hey, that's still a profit. Profit's profit, bruh.
No, it's not.
Profit is profit.
It's like a wife saving where she
profit is profit.
She comes
man.
home with a new dress and she goes, "This dress was $250.
It was $250, and they got a deal.
$230. I saved $20.
That's a
no,
good
you
deal.
didn't. You spent $230.
But look, we got, like we said, Ben Chilwell out, Jackson out on loan for this season. We got Mark Gehi back. Garnacho, which one I'm really intrigued to see how he goes.
Well, you did rip on him quite a lot previously.
Because he was a dick at Man U, right? But if you take that dickiness away, he's a really, really good player.
You sound like me when Balotelli came to Liverpool.
Balotelli was a bigger dick than fucking than Garnacho.
Balotelli he never leaked team sheets. He just threw darts at juniors. And
threw firecrackers at them too, and
kind of funny,
crashed his car into ladies' prisons because he wanted to see what it looked like.
I want to know what it looks like too, man.
It's 2025.
Yeah,
you can just identify and you just go in if you really want to.
Well, I also have to commit a crime.
You're easy at doing that.
Oh, what the fuck? No, I don't. I am a good boy.
But look, I'm happy with our transfers. The only thing was, it would have been nice to get a bit of cover for centre back, but we got Harlow who can play left and centre back. So, look, I think I'd give it like an A minus.
Yeah,
for Chelsea.
Look, I mean, our business, I give A+.
Yeah, of course you would.
It's fantastic.
I would have given you guys an A because if you got Mark Gehi, I would have given you an A+. Not getting cover at centre back.
We still bought in the Giovanni, the Italian defender.
Yeah, the young kid.
We kept Joe Gomez, who was gonna go to AC Milan.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was tipped to go to AC Milan. I think they were gonna pay 30 million for him, which would have been good money for Joe Gomez. But we've kept him. He's looking really fit too, to be fair.
See how long he lasts.
That's a fair statement. We've obviously brought in 2 new fullbacks. We've obviously got Frimpong come in. Who's currently injured, but it's more he's back after the international break, and Kirkez, who had a great game against Arsenal. We've brought in obviously new midfielder with Wirtz. He's got some work to do, but there's positive signs that have come through from him.
It'll probably take time with him.
We've brought into 2 new strikers, Ishak and Ekatike.
Yeah, both of them Newcastle bound, and then just took them both.
But again, that's Newcastle had the opportunity. We literally said to him, give us Ishak. We will not go for Ekatike. And now they're burning. He scored 3 from 3 games for us. So,
yeah,
you know,
not a bad
good luck.
return.
And then obviously, players going out. I think we ended up being second to Arsenal with net spend in the league. They were at 270 odd. I think we're at 240.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously, so we've gotten rid of a few players from that. Simicas went. I don't actually know where he went.
I think he went to Italy. Fine, Simicas. But you lost. You sold Darwin.
We sold Darwin, which
and you sold
made it happen. We
you
sold
Diaz.
Diaz.
He went Roma. Simicas.
Yeah. I think that's a good move for him.
Yeah,
he was always a strong player for us. There was no reason to. There was never a worry when he came on the pitch.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we jump into Matchday 3?
Yeah.
We'll go through some of these games.
Tips. All right. So I got 5 this week, and y'all got 4. So I'm 2 ahead of you now.
Oh shit!
But look, first game was Chelsea Fulham. We both picked Chelsea in that one. Wasn't as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. Fulham fucking put up a big fight in that first half.
We disagree on a point in this.
Yeah, I know. For once we disagree on something. That's not like us.
VAR controversy.
Yes.
So Fulham was the first to score in the game. Now, there is controversy there because is it Mark King that scored the goal?
King, I think it was Mark, but his last name's King. Yeah.
He's a junior for them.
Yeah. 18 years old.
Gets put through. Scores a goal, gets pulled back because now I'm not sure the Fulham players that play the ball through to him, but
I think it was Muniz.
Yeah, you're right. He wins a ball, takes it on a turn, steps on Chalobah's foot, and then plays the ball through, and somehow that's a foul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you think that that's correct. PG MOL has already come out and said that was wrong. You still think that it's correct.
Well, you said it yourself. He stepped on Chalobah's foot.
Now, I have a situation for you.
All right, go.
Player is running down the wing with the ball. He has the possession of the ball because he's made the last touch. Kicks the ball ahead, goes to run. Player plants his foot on the ground to make a tackle. As he's running through, steps on his foot. Is that a foul?
While they're running together.
He is running down the line.
Yep.
He's touched the ball ahead. Player comes in to puts his foot there. He steps on his foot while he's running. He's in possession of the ball. That's a foul. The same situation.
Well, no, because Muniz didn't really have possession of the ball. He did.
He took a touch and he took a turn.
You can have a touch, but you didn't have possession. He tried to do
that is possession.
Touching the ball doesn't mean you have possession.
Yes, it does.
No, having the ball at your feet means you have possession. He didn't have the ball at his feet.
So if you get the ball,
when he did his roulette,
if you get the ball and then you flick it over everyone's head, and then you turn to go to the ball, and their foot's on the ground,
and you bash into someone,
he didn't bash into him though. He didn't bash into him.
Yeah, he stepped on his foot.
If anything, I would say Chalobah fouled him by putting his foot there.
What? So having your foot on the ground and someone stepping on it means that you've given away a foul. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
So if you're in, corner comes in, cross comes in for the box, you go to jump in the air, player doesn't jump, you step on his foot, foul.
Well, that's different. Again,
why is that different?
Because one is a jump, right? So you're jumping up for the ball, you got to land your foot somewhere. But when you're trying to do a roulette and you barge into the opposing player, and yes, you step on his foot, it's a foul.
Apparently not. PGMOL came out and said it was incorrect.
Well, I don't care what PGMOL.
Well, apparently not. Literally, you're the only one in the world, I think, that is saying this.
I'm pretty sure. Not the only one in the world. I know what you're trying to say.
Well, the only one with authority, apparently, saying it, because literally all the pundits have come out and said this is wrong. PGMOL's come out and said it's wrong. He has possession of the ball and he's turned off the ball.
Yeah.
He's made a great dispossession to get it, and Chalobah's come in late. He can't get the ball. Muniz turns his body to him.
But when he's done the roulette, he's come around, gone into him.
But he has to put his foot somewhere.
Yeah, why are you doing roulettes in the middle then? Why are you doing roulettes in the middle? You can't just step on someone's foot like that. It's the same. The ball.
I don't know if this is just like being stubborn and this is a joke, or you genuinely believe this.
I genuinely believe that this is not a foul. That this is a foul. This whole conversation should be pretty straightforward. He stepped on his foot.
I think
while
we have
trying to get the
confirmed
ball.
you're the most biased person when it
Oh,
comes
bro.
to Chelsea possible. There's no way. There's no way. Literally, the governing authority has come out and said that is incorrect. VAR should, one, not have stepped in, and two, it's not a foul.
They can think what they want, but you're not going to change my mind on that one.
Jesus Christ. Let's just move.
We're not
let's
gonna
just move on.
Nobody is going to change their mind on this one.
No, I'm right. I would not change. I can't
Yeah.
change my mind.
Yeah, neither
I
can
have everyone in the world backing me.
Bro, you can just see it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're not going to change our mind.
No, you're not going to change your mind.
I'm
I
not
don't
going to
need
change
to.
my mind.
I have statements. I have statements from the referees going, "Damn, I made a mistake."
Nah, I still think they did
Anyway,
the right
Chelsea
thing.
got lucky.
With that call. That was a 50-50, we're putting it that way, yeah. But after that, look, Fulham were all over us those first 40 minutes. We had a couple chances. I think Caicedo did one mad block to stop a goal, and then I think it was Shalabar did another one. So Fulham pushed, but then we got our goal just on the stroke of halftime. Yeah, Pedro gets his corner.
I was happy about it. Had a fantasy
I thought
baby.
63% of people would have liked that one. And then Enzo gets, and then we get a penalty for a handball. Now, again, people are complaining about the handball because João Pedro hit the ball with his hand before the Sessegnon handball. But I think they were saying that his hand was by his side, or was
It wasn't. It was out here.
But were they wrong about that one though?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But
I called them wrong, but VAR didn't step in. So
the VAR did step in.
Yeah, but they didn't overturn it.
No, they didn't overturn it. Yeah,
so they're not saying whether or not the VAR call was fine. The VAR just accepted what was the on-field decision.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Matter of opinion on that one too. Apparently, his arm's out here, right? I've seen him. I've seen him given. If the Everton one was given the prior week, where
the one
his arms by his side,
that one was that was bullshit.
If that one's given, this is worse than that.
Yeah, but I think that Everton one was wrong.
So I just want to know what the requirement for your handball. How far away from the body does your arm have to be, in your opinion?
My opinion, out here. If you're Chelsea.
Okay, well that's where it was.
No, he can go out this far and it's okay.
But that's where he was.
So that's okay then. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I know, because it doesn't make sense.
This is a joke.
Dude, Chelsea's a joke. That's what's a joke.
Bro, we're coming for you, bro. We're coming for you, bro.
You chill out, bro. Your first Reich.
My shoulder gets stuck.
Yeah. Damn, I wish I had blonde hair and blue eyes.
You do look like a Nazi youth.
Yeah, well, I got a couple of German shepherds out the back. Quickly, continue on.
But yeah, look, I had Enzo on my team, which is great because he got an assist for João Pedro and he got the penalty, which I was very happy about.
Did João Pedro get the assist for flicking the ball with his hand on, or?
No, because...
Should have. I need those points. I might contest it, actually.
This guy. Yeah, you want to contest that Frimpong one as well, right? But look, after we went up 2-0, we pretty much coasted after that. It was pretty straightforward, so happy with that. We've only conceded one goal, which has been that cracker goal by Paqueta.
Paqueta, the goal of the week.
Goal of the week, yeah. So, yeah, Chelsea with 2-0 win.
Well, then we had Wolves-Everton.
We both had Everton in that one.
It was
very interesting game.
It was an interesting game, and I did call Everton to beat Wolves in that one. The history didn't really give that Everton would be able to win away, but I think with the addition of Grealish, 2 assists,
and Drewsbury Hall,
Drewsbury Hall's a good goal.
Yeah, very good goal.
He drove the out of it into the roof of the net. And then Grealish with double assist. I see him doing quite a lot of assists.
Look, he'll be getting assists at the start, and I think eventually he will be getting in the goals.
Yeah, and then. But other than that, I think Everton had a pretty game.
Oh, it was three. There was one
fantastic. There was a fantastic assist for He Chan's goal.
Yeah,
that was a really good assist, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good.
But look, unfortunately for Wolves, they are 0 for 3 at the moment, so they're languishing dead bottom of the table.
Yeah. Then we had Tottenham Bournemouth. Fuck
me,
what a
bro.
boring game, dude.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but I saw a stat where I think it was the last 9 times that Spurs have beaten City, they lose the next game.
Well, it's all the concentration goes in one game.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Which I never would have thought was a top-ranked team.
I love that happened. Right, it's way better for the top 4 situation, and Yeah, so I'd rather them beat City and lose to all the shit guys. All right, great. That's fucking excellent for Liverpool in the league. But I think the one note here, like Bournemouth's goal, straightforward. I think they should have probably scored more, to be fair.
It was
I
a
think
big deflection in.
Semenyo had a few. I also noticed he's one of the most transferred in players.
Bro, they
this week.
absolutely...
Grealish number 1, he's number 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're both killing it at the moment. But yeah, he had a mad chance to score off that header in the first half and just absolutely botched the fuck out of it.
So he does have a lot of misses in him, but they do create a lot of chances.
And most of them fall to him.
The only other fucking point in this game, Tottenham's first shot on target was 69th minute.
Horrible.
It's disgusting.
How do you go from...
Foul.
Yeah, and how do you go from... Well, that was their only shot on target. That ended up being their only shot on target was in the 69th minute. Like, bro, how do you go from dominating Manchester City in Manchester to... That was in Manchester, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So they dominated in Manchester, and then they play Bournemouth at home, and they play like that. It's just outrageous.
Well, and then
we both picked Tottenham, by the way, in that one, obviously.
Yeah. Well, then we had a controversial one. We had Man U versus Burnley.
Ooh.
Now,
look, we both picked Man U in this one. So we had that.
Well,
but
they should win.
They should.
They should win against Burnley. There should not be an issue with them winning. Burnley's just come up.
Yep.
But the controversy that came in this is, one, they only won the game via a late penalty, which, to be fair, was a penalty.
It was a penalty.
It was 100% a penalty.
Yep.
But was it 95th, 97th minute?
It was 97th when he actually scored it. Yeah.
So it gets pulled down in the box, gets a penalty, and somehow Bruno keeps getting to take these penalties. For him, he scored this one.
He got this one, yeah.
But
imagine he missed it. Oh, my God.
Well, the harshness of this is that Burnley equalised to make it 2-2 in the game, and they get a disallowed goal for offside. I still can't figure out who's offside in it.
Yeah, well...
His arm is offside, and I don't know where they're saying the cutoff is for the arm, because it seems like they're saying that the sleeve, where the sleeve is the cutoff.
Well, I'm just having a look now, right? And they're saying that the PGMOL insider fumes at the inaccurate technology. So there is some... I'm looking at, like... Look, that's the picture there. Is it his arm?
Yeah, his arm is offside. So that's what's offside.
Yeah.
It can't be offside.
You can't be offside with your arm. So, look, I do feel sorry for Burnley because that would have put them 2-2, and they ended up scoring like 5 minutes later, which would have put them 3-2 up at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing for them.
It would have been huge. They could have pulled the draw from that situation.
And Stammer would have won his money.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, look, hard done by for Burnley. In that situation, man, you got lucky.
Yep.
And then, to be fair, one transfer we never touched on, Kobe Mainu.
Yes, that one. Yeah. We didn't talk about that one. Yes.
Kobe Mainu wanted to leave, and they said, nah.
Yeah, look, he wanted to leave but come back.
He wanted to be on loan. He wanted
to play.
Yeah.
I understand where Man U's coming from. They need as many players as they can have right now. Yeah. Kobe Mainu is a quality player. I'm pretty sure he's coming up to the end of his contract though.
1 year. He's got 1 year left.
Damn.
And they haven't given him a renewal.
If he goes out on a free, every big club's going
to be fair,
him.
he did ask for 180,000 a week.
Well, when you're not in Europe, you need to keep him somehow. And man, you know exactly how to keep him around.
Yeah, cash, baby.
Just keep adding up that wage bill.
Splash it. Then we had Sunderland, Brentford. Again, like on paper, this was a crap game. In reality, it was kind of crap too. Brentford probably should have won this game.
Yeah, look, we both had a draw in this one. And fucking Sunderland took it away from us.
Yeah. 95th minute, Sunderland winner.
Yep.
But I will note, Kevin Sharder, probably one of the worst penalties I have seen.
Yeah, as a former keeper, you would know that. Like, you don't hit...
Oh, mate, you don't hit it at shoulder height.
Shoulder to hip height, which he did.
which he did directly at him. I'm like, dude, he could have... look, it's insane. It's an insane way to take a penalty. I could have done a better penalty.
Yeah, 100%.
Darwin Núñez could have done a better penalty, bro. To be fair, like in that situation, I'd rather kick it into Rosé than do what he did.
Do a Bruno Fernandes.
Then we had Leeds and Newcastle. Pretty sure we can skip through this one.
Look, the only thing I'll say is I picked the draw, you picked Newcastle, ended up 0-0 because it was boring as fuck.
You know what my rationale for this was? That Osoulo the striker they brought in the
the
Liverpool
one
game.
that they've had forever.
I thought he wanted to prove a point. He'd get a goal. He didn't even get a chance.
Well, how did they line up? Because weren't they missing a few players? No, Osula started. He finished the whole game.
Yes, I know.
You mean like he didn't have like a
no
shot?
chance. He didn't do anything.
Oh
like
my
he
God.
was there, and I think he had like a couple that he just fucked up. Like
He had one shot which got blocked.
Yeah,
But he passed 12 times. So he touched the ball 12 times in 90 minutes.
him sounds like Jokeres. Then we had the Brighton Man City game. This was a surprise.
Oof.
This was a surprise.
We both had City in this, and it did not turn out that way.
Well, no, Brighton have been playing less than average for a Brighton performance. Man City opened the scoring.
Yep, with Haaland.
With Haaland, tap in, right? Kind of fumbled around. Haaland got the tap in. I had him as captain, so I was happy about it.
Same.
But then you had James Milner step up, score a penalty against them, which has now made him the second oldest Premier League goal scorer in history.
I'm guessing Giggs would be number one.
I look it up. I can't be. It could be like Gareth Barry or something, or
maybe Gareth Barry,
Nolan, or
oldest.
Because he simultaneously
Teddy Sheringham. 40 years old. So Milner's still got another whole year ahead to catch up to him.
Yeah,
he was nearly 41 actually.
Christ.
Fourth highest, Thiago Silva.
But the fun fact of this game is that James Milner now becomes the second oldest Premier League scorer, but at the same time, he is the second youngest Premier League scorer.
Bro, he's had a career. He has had quite the career. He spent more than half of his life playing football.
Yeah, dude, he's the man.
Professionally, yeah.
He's the man, dude. Then we had the Forest West Ham game.
By the way, that winner that Brighton scored in the 89th minute, right, how did they allow... John Stones tries to belt it out, goes straight to them, leave huge-ass gap, and they were just fucked from there, bro.
Well, dude, their midfield... You know what the funny point is, right? Just to rewind there from the Forest West Ham game.
Yep.
The funny point is, all Man City fans go, well, once we get back, we'll be fine.
Oh, he played.
Yeah, I know he played.
Yeah.
That wasn't your problem.
Nah.
No, he may be a good cog in your machine, but your machine's falling apart.
Yeah.
And there's too many things that you need to repair in there. Like you've now, like Bernardo Silva's older.
Yep.
He's not performing at the same level.
Yep.
Still a good player.
Still a good player.
KDB gone. I don't think
gone.
they should have let him go so quickly.
Look, Jack Grealish gone as well.
But
Look, if he plays the way he's playing like he is now, they would kill for that.
Yeah, 100%. So I think they've got a few problems in there, and I don't think they're going to be as big of a threat as they have been in the previous seasons to last.
We'll see how they go now. They got Donnarumma. Trafford was a nightmare.
Yeah, he punches when he catch.
Yeah,
tries to catch when he should punch.
He fumbles. Yeah.
It's not ideal. Well, then we had Forest West Ham.
Right, upset of the round.
I mean, I thought Forest would make light work of West Ham.
Hard.
They've been playing but to be fair, the game was a nothing game until the 82nd minute.
When West Ham finally scored. It was like I was watching the Brighton game, and there weren't many highlights from the West Ham game, but 84th minute Bowen scored. And
then it was 3 goals in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it went 84th, 88th, 91st. So 7 minutes they scored 3 goals.
Should have been a fourth. Bowen dribbles through a number of players. Callum Wilson just stands in his way to the point where he loses the ball.
He thought he was doing a pick and roll.
Callum Wilson, he probably got Alzheimer's, the old bastard. Just walking around, just wandering, doing a sleepy Joe, just walking around.
Well, it's suffice to say that we both picked Forest in this one.
Yeah, of course we did.
I would have put $1,000 if I had $1,000. We'll put it all on Forest. That would have been easy money. You would have thought easy money.
Yeah, 100%. Then we had the Liverpool Arsenal game, which I tipped was obviously the expected game of the week.
Yep.
But goal of the week comes from the winner from Dominic Szoboszlai, 30-meter free kick. And
top bins,
like fantastic free kick. And I love some of the clips coming out of like live watchers where you had Liverpool Arsenal watching live. One guy who's on a podcast with the Liverpool supporter just goes there, kick this into Pro Z. Oh no, why are you giving it to Dominic? And then he just puts the top bins. He just starts going, I'm sorry, Dominic. But it was a game of very minimal chances, to be honest. So I think we had an overturned goal in the game because Gakpo was offside.
Yes.
He
Yep.
was offside, and it just got bundled in. To be fair, if he wasn't offside and it didn't get bundled in, would have been a penalty anyway. Because Raya just tripped him over as he was going on for the ball. But I think the interesting thing here is how Arsenal set up against us. They had 3 CDMs essentially playing in the midfield. They did lose Saliba in the 5 minutes.
5
into
minutes.
the game.
Yep.
Went down injured, which I mean, disappointing for them. For some reason, benched Odegaard. I get that he had a bit of like a niggle.
He was injured
He
from
had
the
a bit of a
last
niggle,
game.
but
Yep.
they ended up bringing him on anyway.
Yep.
At the back half of the game when they apparently needed goals.
Yep.
Arteta set up to get a draw out of the game.
Well, yeah, he set up very negatively, which is what a lot of. But it looked like he was trying to play counter from, like, give Madueke a bit of space, try to give Martinelli space.
I give credit to Kirkes in this situation. So Madueke was probably their most threatening player on the pitch.
Yeah,
he was definitely making the most runs. He was definitely the most attacking option. He had their only shot on target.
Yes.
But at the same time, Kirkes managed him very well because Madueke's got speed, and that's what he was utilising against him. He would just push past him and take the run.
Yep.
Kirkes was running a good line, cutting him off and making the tackle at the byline fundamentally. So I give credit because I think Kirkes has been weak defensively over the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Where he's making some errors. This game, I didn't see many errors from him, and every time he tried to cut inside, he covered that shot and he got the block in, gave away what Arsenal loves. But I will take Peter Schmeichel's comment on this one that he goes, he hates what Arsenal does with football. He goes, I don't like watching them because they come out and play for set pieces. And he goes,
feels like it. Yeah.
Well, they come out and they play for set pieces. And
it's very Stoke City-esque.
Yeah. And it's just, he goes, he sets up to not get a goal. Cool. That's fine. Jose Mourinho used to do it where you have a very tight back and because if you didn't cop a goal, you can't lose a game. I understand the principle, but you've got to at least you guys had Didier Drogba up there who was banging shots out. Mate, Gyökeres is mate. He was his welcome to the Premier League moment was Kanate put him on his ass, then Dyke put him on his ass, and Dominic put him on his ass.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, every time he went for it, he was just getting put on the floor every time on the ground. And I'm like.
I think we said this before, but I have a feeling he's just going to be like a flat track bully.
Yeah.
So but like Aiden said, that's the guy that's when we need those goals because they would struggle against those teams.
Yeah, but then I think pundits have been coming out all week on going. I don't think the problem was a striker per se, or Arsenal. They don't create enough chances.
Well, you think who is their creative player, right? You got Saka, right?
Martinelli, apparently.
No. Martinelli, his output's not good enough.
Yeah, but that's the creative player. And Odegaard.
And Odegaard, right? From a midfielder perspective. Now they've got Eze in there, so he's definitely going to help him in that creativity. And if they play a 4-2-3-1, him playing as number 10, where he pretty much played at Palace, that'll help him out. Now, like you said, when it comes to them, it feels like they just want to score off set. Hold it tight.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, look, I got no problem holding a tight defense. Like you said, Jose Mourinho did it for years with us and every other club he's been. But you've got to have something going forward.
Yeah, you cannot just rely.
You can't just go, we're going to defend our life
they
for 90 minutes
Saka
and
to get him the goal, right? They go, all right, we need to get a goal. They rely on Saka to get him that goal, or a lovely free kick, which we had to rely on in this game.
Yeah,
because again, they came and set up that way. They just sat essentially 8 men behind the ball, which I didn't expect. I thought they'd want to come out and play us. And as much as all the Arsenal fans we speak to say there was no pressure in the game, they want to win the league. This is a high pressure game. It's a statement piece. You got to come out and go, you guys won last year. We're taking it. Put it to us. They didn't do it.
You're saying that that they pretty much had everyone back. It was still pretty even in possession though.
No, not in the first 20 minutes of the first half, we had about 78% possession.
Yeah.
We kept holding the ball.
So Arsenal would sit back and try to wind down the stadium and try to take the wind out of it.
Pretty much, right?
Which is fine.
That's what they tried to do. I think, so we had 51 or 52% possession.
In the first half?
No, in total in the game.
You had 53.
53. We had 53% possession, but that's just also once we got the goal, they had the ball for the final 15 minutes as well.
Okay.
So we went back and we're like, oh, we've got the goal. We sat back. We had to sub off Wirtz. We subbed off Ekatike.
And put on defenders.
And we put on Chiesa, Endo in those situations.
Endo, yep, that makes sense.
We lost Canate, so we had to bring on Joe Gomez.
Yes.
So they gained back quite a lot of possession in that final 15 minutes, right? After we'd already had the goal, we've done everything because we were traveling at about 60% for most of the game. So, and again, all their possession was counter-attack to matter. Bang, bang, bang. After Gyökeres. He was cutting
Where the fuck was he? Touching his hair.
Yeah, he was just there. He's like, oh shit, oh, sorry, I was head flicking. But anyway.
31.
Yeah. He's fucking useless, bro. I love how people keep counting it now. Final game of the round, before we jump into some fantasy stuff, is Palace vs Villa.
Yeah, look, I had Palace in this one.
I was stupid enough to try and go for a draw.
Yeah, look, Palace have been playing really well, and Villa have not scored a goal yet. So I thought Palace would be an easy one, which they were. They were like $4 as well.
Yeah, I thought with Eze going, all the stuff around Gahey, maybe they lose a bit of focus.
Yep.
But again, Villa can't score a goal.
Villa can't score.
That's the problem.
That first game, it took them 40 minutes. Well, it took them 50 minutes to have a shot. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think the main point in this, that goddamn yellow card that Mateta.
Yeah, weird.
Dude, it's a celebration that he's always done.
It's not like he's going and Jamie Vardying it, where he just comes in and obliterates the fuck
Which
out
is
of
like
it.
the gay pride.
Oh, bro, if Jamie Vardy did that now, he'd get arrested. That would be a hate
Jamie Vardy didn't get a yellow card for breaking the corner flag.
No.
And all of a sudden, they're putting it up. I did like Cole Palmer's tweet about it. He just said, game's dead.
Game's dead, yeah.
Game's dead.
Can't even celebrate now.
Yeah. So, that for me is concerning. And I think the referees just need to chill out. They've got to remember that they should not be seen in the game.
Correct. They're there to adjudicate.
They're
not
there
be
to
a part of
adjudicate.
the
Like the
game.
best referee in the game is the one who's unseen and unheard of.
Yeah.
Right? And then the only other point for this game was Gahey's goal.
Yeah, which would have been his final involvement with Crystal Palace.
It would have been a nice way to end your career with
left with an FA Cup and a Community Shield and a cracker goal, which was second in our goal of the week.
Yeah,
it was
very
a top,
close second.
Top
too.
goal, but
to be fair, if we scored that free kick against another team that wasn't Arsenal, I would give goal of the week to Gahey.
Well, yeah, Soboslai was a winner, was a game winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's it.
And this was a game contributor, but it was a beautiful goal. I encourage everyone to go and watch it.
Yeah,
but well, let's before we sign off, let's jump in and see how the results went. Bias on this one. Your boy got top points this week.
He literally couldn't wait to get to this part.
Oh, mate, look at this. 72 points for the week. Let's go through my team. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm loving. So I went and followed my advice from last week, and I've put in my Tottenham players who, to be fair, didn't perform too well. Vicario made a bunch of saves, got me 3 points.
Yep.
Pedro Porro got a defensive distance.
Yeah, you got 2
points.
2, yeah.
Which is the maximum points they can get for it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
2 points. Cucurella, good game. So that Fulham disallowed VAR goal that you said is true helped me a lot.
Hey, yeah, you should be happy about that, man.
Oh, I'm happy I got the points. You're wrong. Munoz in the Palace game. Fantastic result. Ismail Assar got the 3rd goal there. Grealish 2 assists.
Yep.
Ren Diaz, who I've been rating pretty high in the last 2 games, has been that great.
Now, look, against Tottenham, he was the best player in that Tottenham game. In this game, not as influential. He is playing higher up, which is good. So he will get involved in the goals eventually, I think.
Well, yeah, and look, Captain Haaland, wish I kind of captained. I mean, it would have been the same, actually. The best for me to captain there would have been Grealish. But
yeah.
I'm happy with my 72 points.
Yep.
Why don't we go through you getting that pussy?
I got away with this one, boys. Yeah. If anybody reports me, I will kill you.
I'm going to report you, dude.
You piece of shit.
Admit that the Fulham one was incorrect.
Never.
Yeah. I'm reporting your ass. But no, you got the second highest this week.
Yes, I got second highest.
We're starting to take control of our own league.
It's about fucking time. Yeah. It only took us 3 weeks.
We can't be letting these guys beat us out in first and second. Goddamn stammer.
Look, I had Pickford at 1. I thought they would have kept a clean sheet, but, is what it is. But look, same as you, I had Kukurea and Munoz. I had Van der Ven and Ait Nouri, who, copped the yellow card, so he got 0. But my midfielder saved me. So Drewsbury Hall and Enzo. And Drewsbury Hall got assist and a goal, and same with Enzo, assist and a goal. Kudos and Reinders did nothing. Watkins, I'm really, really starting to reconsider him. And then I captained Haaland. Look, the only thing that would have made a difference is if I put Pope in, but other than that, it was pretty much as is. Yeah.
But look, I mean, if we see how the league's shaping up, obviously Chaladi has remained up at first. Obviously, his points per week dropped a little bit. Here, I think he's got a little bit of problems that he's going to have to sort out in his team. He's obviously got Palmer.
Yeah, look, he could be back.
Goodmanson looks like he's going to be out.
Spewing didn't have him in his team.
Yeah, I know. Those 9 points would have been nice. 64 points.
I like his team.
Yeah, no, he's got a fantastic team, but I'm going to catch him and beat him, dude. And that's just how I roll. But look, it's shaping up. I think, look, we've got to climb the table a bit and try to get up to that first spot. But so far, so good.
Yep.
Now, before we kind of jump off, let's look at kind of a lot of the injuries that have already happened, right? For your teams you're going to have to do. So we've got international break this week.
Yes.
Which means you're going to have to wait till next week to do any of your transfers.
Well, I mean, you can do it now if you want.
Yeah, Nick Hausius. Nick Hausius in our league thought he was really smart and used his wild card before any of the injuries. Lucky for him, he can keep using his wild card.
Yeah, you can use your wild card up until the end of it. So you got all the time in the world.
With our current injuries, Ismail Assar has already come back from international duty injured. So he's been sent back to Palace with a grade 2 tear of his hamstring.
Oof.
So he'll be out for a while. Thanks a lot. I'm going to have to sub him. Ryan Shirky looks like he's going to be out for 8 weeks as a minimum, which is huge.
Yep.
Cunha's going to be out
Hamstring.
undisclosed amount of weeks with a hamstring.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's 4.
Yep.
Delap's going to be out to mid-October to early November.
Yep.
It's a big loss there.
Yeah, because the way we were able to put João Pedro as a 10 and have Delap up top really worked for us.
I also I feel like João Pedro is going to get a lot more ball now.
Well, he's going to go up top, and eventually Palmer will go back to the 10, or we could put Estavio as a 10 and have one of our wings out there. So we've got plenty of options.
So, look, obviously I think you want to get some of those injuries out, but that being said, you're going to have to wait till the end of international break and hope there's no further injuries.
Correct, yeah.
But I mean, look, other than that, I think what's worth looking at is the deadline day transfers and if there's anyone worth putting in your team.
Yeah.
I think, look, obviously Ishak for Liverpool, he's going to score goals, right? He's 10.4 at the moment.
And that's a bargain. If Salah is 14, and Ishak is 14 and a half.
Haaland's 14.
Yeah. And Ishak is 10. You know what? I'm actually going to wait. I've got about 5 mil in the bank. I'm going to wait to see how he goes. I'm going to put him in. I reckon he'll start.
At that money, he should probably have to start. Yeah.
Yeah. I might put
Ekatike in there. I've got 2 subs. I could downgrade Ismail Assar and bring in take Ekatike out, bring in Ishak. That's definitely doable.
Yep.
But I think guaranteed goals.
Yes.
And he's probably guaranteed to go up in value too from 10 because he dropped from 10.5 to 10.
Yeah.
So I think he'll definitely go at least back up to 10.5.
Yep.
Then another good one, which would be a cheaper option, is only 7 mil, Colin Muani for Tottenham.
Yeah,
They've got an easy run coming up.
Yep.
It's a risk. Obviously, you don't know how he's going to perform. And they've obviously got Richarlison already there. Whether or not he'll start over Richarlison, don't know.
Well,
but
not only that, they've got Solanke on the bench too.
Is he injured at the moment?
No.
He has not been starting.
No, just Richarlison's just been preferred. And like for good reason, the first 2 games he played mad.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, like it's going to be a lot of competition now. Xavi Simons is there too, plus with Kudos there. There's a lot of competition for attacking spots now. Whether it's going to come down to like one player, like when Cole Palmer or Salah were doing their thing, right? They would get all the points.
Yeah,
I feel like Tottenham might be a bit spread out between them all.
Well, I can see Kudus getting assists there. I think Bergvall will get a few assists here and there.
I think Kudos is
Xavi Simons. It's also
Xavi
the link
Simons
up between
is the big
Xavi Simons and Colin Muani. You know,
Yeah.
maybe they link up really well, and you put them there. Maybe they don't link up at all. You don't know. That's the problem with them. So it is a risk, but it's 7 mil. I don't think it's a big risk.
7 mil is a medium risk. You can get players. You can get Reinders for 5.5. You know what I mean? That's not a risk at all. But I think with 7 mil, it's a little bit more of a risk. The only problem will be how they set up. So if it was Mwani, like you said, they have a great run. Their next 5 games are winnable games.
Yep.
So I think it would just be a case of how do they set up. So I would probably wait the first week just to see what they do and then make a decision after week 4.
100%.
Yeah.
Then we've got Harvey Elliott going to Aston Villa. Now,
Bro.
I think this one's a bit of a wait and see.
Yes.
Because I don't know if he's going to start.
Yeah.
I think he will. But again, look, proven that he can score goals in hard games.
Mm.
So if he comes in and Villa needs goals, right? So
0 goals out of 3 games.
I think they're going to give him the right to go forward and play balls.
Mm.
He likes to shoot from outside the box. But again, he's a cheaper option. I think he's only 5.4.
He wouldn't be much, yeah.
So getting Harvey Elliott in the team could be a good discount within the midfield.
Yeah, if you need a downgrade, you know how you need to downgrade Saar.
Yeah.
Okay, if you need to downgrade someone and you're looking for a potential
And what does their
goal
run
scorer.
look like?
Villa,
Yeah.
look, Villa's actually pretty good. That's why I'm actually considering keeping Watkins. But they got Everton away, then they got Sunderland away, then they got Fulham at home, Burnley at home, Tottenham away, City, Liverpool. Right, so the next 4 games are winnable games.
Yeah.
After that, sack them all because they've got Tottenham away, City at home, Liverpool away.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, thank you.
And then look, probably the last point to make on this is Saliba, obviously going off injured.
Do you
first 5
know
minutes.
how long he's out for?
I haven't seen how long he's out for. I always just
I'll have a
naturally
quick look.
assume it's 4 weeks at least. But I think a good opportunity to bring in Mosquera.
Yeah. Well, look,
I think he had a good game against us. Never make many mistakes. Again, they don't leak
I think
goals.
he had a lot of interceptions as well, didn't he? A lot of
they
tackles,
don't. They don't leak goals. He's relatively priced. Let's see if I.
Well, look, they've got Saliba down as a twisted ankle. I mean, 2 to 3 weeks. Might not be too long. But if it's a bad one, it could be 2 to 3 months. I think they're still working
Mosquera's at
5.4.
5.4.
Not the cheapest, but,
No.
you know.
No, but he's obviously cheaper than Gabriel and Saliba.
Yep.
So it could be a good transitional player while you wait for any of those guys to come back.
Yeah.
And look, final point from me, and this is probably for some consideration until next week. I think next week might be a good bench boost week.
Like the actual round itself.
Yeah, I think the matchups that are there, as long as you've got the right players in your team, there's not a lot of connections playing with each other. It's a lot of bigger teams versus smaller teams.
Yeah, I don't think there's any big teams playing each other, is there?
No, there's not. So it could be a
Well,
good round.
You got Arsenal Forest. That's 2 European teams at it. And you've got you got City, Man U, but Man U isn't in Champions League.
Are we calling Man U a big team now? They
Big
just
name.
lost to Grisby Town, dude.
Big name, former big name.
Yeah,
They used to be good.
yeah. Remember?
They suck.
Yeah, I've completely forgotten that they used to win stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it could potentially, right, depending on injuries and team matchups.
So what you're saying is you're going to use the bench boost.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm telling everyone else to use it. And this is my tactics, man. I pretend I know what I'm talking about and I tell everyone else to do it. Then I don't do it.
Dude, trust me. I know you pretend to act like you know what you're talking about. I have to listen to it every single week.
Listen, guy that goes against PGMOL, shut the fuck up.
PGMOL.
Dude.
PGMOL, these balls, all right?
No, thank you. All right. Well, we should sign it off there. We've been yapping for a while. All right.
Great. Excellent.
Peace out.
All right. Thank you.